half cut crease spring look, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. So if you like this look, keep watching.
Okay, so first I'm going to start by coating my eyes with LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn in order to get my eyes ready for eyeshadow. So this is working as a primer. Then I'm going to set that with banana powder because everything that is a cream has to be set. After brushing that off, I'm going right into my first shade, which is going to be this neon pink shade from the BH Cosmetics first edition 120 color eyeshadow palette. And that's going to work in as my transition shade. So since I'm using all pinks for this half cut crease, it's very important to start off with a nice bright pink. I'm using a small kind of buffing brush to add this in also to buff it into the crease of my lid. Then I'm using a more fluffy small brush to just blend out the ends. So the shadows in this palette are the most pigmented, although they are very vibrant once you kind of work them in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep on going back into those colors so that I can get the complete color payoff. Now I'm using a more dense brush, and I picked up this red color, bright red color from the same palette, and I'm just building on the colors. Now in building, I'm going down the scale of colors just like I would do with any other cut crease look or intense look. So I'm going from pink to red to purple. So we're just building and allowing the eye to look vibrant and colorful. Like I said earlier, these colors are the most pigmented, so I'm going back into the same shades and just repeating the same steps until the eye is as vibrant as I like. Now I'm going into this dark brown shade called Rich Caviar from Bobbi Brown's Warm Glow Eye Palette, and I'm using that to make the eye more smoky and darken it, and just to prep the eye for, of course, the cut crease. Then I'm going into this black from a BH Cosmetics palette, the same one from earlier, and of course continuing to make the eye more smoky.
It's high on the bit.
Now I'm going to begin to cut half of the crease with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn, the same concealer we used earlier. And I'm just carefully cutting the crease and making a nice clean round shape. Then I'm filling it in and blending it into the shadow. Okay, so now I'm just going to, of course, set that cream concealer with the Ben Eye because you don't want to see any creasing in the wrong areas, and it just needs to be clean. So now I'm just going to brush it off, and while doing that I'm kind of blending that into the dark shadow. Then I'm going to add this very light pink from the same BH First Edition 120 color eyeshadow palette, just to prep the eye for the pigment I'm going to be putting on top. Unfortunately, my camera cut off during the remainder of the eye portion, but I used MAC's tan pigment on the inner part of the eye. Then I used bulk glitters, cosmetic glitter in the color Pinktastic in the middle of the eye. Now I'm using Benefit's Gel Eyeliner Pen to create a nice winged liner for this half cut crease look. Okay, so my foundation was already done from like the beginning of the video, because now these days I feel like it's easier when my foundation is done in order to do my brows. But I'm using LA Girls Pro Concealer in the color Fawn to conceal my under eyes, my forehead, my nose, and my chin. And I'm using my Real Techniques Beauty Blender to blend that out. Now I'm using my Real Techniques detail brush just to clean up my eyeliner and applying a little more concealer underneath my eye, just so it can pop.
It's Hazelnut on the bit.
Now I'm applying MAC's Pro Concealer in the color NW55 to my contour and the bridge of my nose. Now I'm using my Real Techniques sculpting brush to buff out my contour. And again, my camera shut off. But to set my concealers, I used, first for under eye, nose, and forehead, I used my Ben Eye powder. And for my contour, I used Black Radiance pressed powder in the color Ebony. Now I'm just applying Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminator in the color Riviera to my inner tear duct and under my brow bone. Now I went into that same bright pink we used first on the eyes, and I'm applying that to my cheeks with this blush brush, and then I'm blending that out. Then I'm spraying my face with rose water to prep my face for highlighter. And for highlighter, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminator in the color Riviera. I'm using another Real Techniques sculpting brush. I always like to use my pinky to apply my highlighter on my nose, just so I can get that kind of pointy effect. After applying my highlighter, I like to blend it out with a fan brush. Now onto my favorite part, where I feel like the look really comes to life. I'm applying the lashes, and I'm using Eylure's Faux Mink Gilded lashes. They're double stacked, so that allows extra glam. I picked these up from Ulta, and they're pretty affordable, so definitely check those out. People often ask me how I get my lashes to be so close to my lash line. I simply use tweezers and a good mirror, and I take my time. Like, I make sure that it is precise. Now I'm going to prep my lips with Blistex, just so my lips are nice and moisturized. Now I'm going to go in with MAC's lip liner in the color Chestnut. I'm using a lip liner because I'm going to be using a light pink. And I think that when it comes to brown girls, it's very important to line your lips when you're going to use a nude or a light pink, just so it's not so striking. Then I'm going in with Colourpop's liquid lipstick in the color Touch, and I really like this color. And then I'm topping that off with NARS lip gloss in the color Chelsea Girls. And voila, that completes this look. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed doing it. This is an awesome spring look, and I hope you guys recreate it. Please stay tuned for many more YouTube videos from my brother Ashton and I, and like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys.